Hello everybody, Dan TC with TheCriminalViolin here, recording from my Kindle. It's going to be probably the crappiest quality ever. Supposedly recording 720, I highly doubt it. Anyway, the reason why I'm recording from this is because of the fact that, in case you didn't see it, of course, on Twitter or whatever, my headphones died, so I don't have any headphones, so I couldn't possibly edit any videos. And I couldn't technically record any videos. Fortunately, I had a bunch of, actually I could edit videos, sorry. I couldn't record any videos with that, and that's the only thing I thought I couldn't do. So I was just thankful that I had priorly recorded a load of stuff, mainly GTA, and for GTA shenanigans, of course, and Rocket League. But it turned out that I found out today it's not just that died, but apparently around the same time, if not probably a little bit prior, what had happened is my Soundcard died. This computer, of course, is not that old at all. It's pretty much, it shipped from Office Depot, and brand new, of course, and the end of 2014. It makes a lot of sense. You can tell it easily is stressed for some stupid reason. It's a crappy piece of junk, basically. That's what it's turning out to be. Like, more and more, I'd say every few weeks, it seems like there's another crappy thing about it that I discover. It shouldn't be. And to HP, that shouldn't be branded HP Envy. That should be under your Compaq sub-brand well, you ruined Compaq, because Compaq was amazing, and it probably would have outcompeted you guys, but instead you bought them out because of that, and they were stupid enough to sell out, and you made them the world's most trashiest pieces of junk to sell for a way overpriced price tag, as usual, for American capitalism. But anyway, not like anybody from HP is going to ever watch this, but sheesh, like, it's seriously, it's a HP Envy something series. It's basically brand new, and the thing has so many pieces of crap issues. I mean, ever since I first got it, it's had a weird Wi-Fi connectivity issue, where it just randomly will seize and give out for a random period of time, giving the same issue error, supposedly, where it supposedly misses protocols, and suddenly it miraculously saves itself after like 2 to 5 minutes, or 10 minutes sometimes. It's ridiculous. But, basically, I'm saying my computer's a crap piece of junk. And I thought maybe I would just at least upgrade, you know, the graphics and CPU, which, by the way, it didn't come as advertised, so technically I would have had legally I would have had a lawsuit on my hands for both HP and Office Depot, because they both advertised it. They both gave false advertising on it. But anyway, so instead of getting a non-shared, actual, independent, you know, GPU, which would have been really powerful, I wouldn't have had too many issues with, and the CPU is really, really good. It's supposed to be an A10. I like 3.7, I think, gigahertz with a a turbo to 4.2, but it wasn't as advertised, because obviously that means that would have been independent. No, it came shared. In other words, they were built into each other. So that causes loads of issues that I wouldn't have otherwise had. I was too stupid to think that it's like, oh, hey, I have something that I could force them to give me something. Not that it would work, of course. You know, they give you the runaround because customer disservice, or it's like they call it, customer service. I realize I keep looking at the screen rather than the camera, so sorry about that. It's something weird to get used to, just like the webcam. Anyway, point is, since my girl brain, since my sound card croaked, that means I have zero sound, absolutely nothing whatsoever on my desktop. And that's the only thing I could possibly record videos from, and edit videos from. Which means I'm utterly screwed. I cannot possibly produce any more, or edit any more, videos for the channel for you guys on there. And that, of course, also puts me in, like, this thing, like, I hate life right now, because as you probably could tell with the way things were going, I was starting to upload a hell of a lot more often and stuff again, and it was a domino effect, because it's like, not just that it just screwed me out of editing, or rather recording, it also screwed me, because I reserved the sound card, it also screwed me out of being able to do anything, basically. And that also screwed me out of being able to keep letting the council officially happen, which would have happened actually within about a half a month. It would have officially dropped, and then I could have applied within a day or two. I would have had NG4 or M4GTV, which is that sub brand of Maker. By the way, if you didn't see all that stuff I posted on Twitter for a long time, for like a whole week period, yeah, I turned out instead of a recruiter, I was actually a representative for that sub network of Maker /RPM /Disney Channel /Disney World /ESPN, whatever, dude. Umbrella, again, American capitalism, conglomerates, corporations. But anyway, ABC. Don't think I said that. Anyway, point is the sub network of Maker RPM, which I was really excited. It's a stupid 2-year lock-in, of course. You're not allowed to say anything bad about the company, no matter what. And of course, you can't hold anything. You can't get money from them if they go under for their own idiocies, or if they illegally withhold money from you. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to talk about the contract ever in your whole life. No matter what, even if you never touch it again, never affiliated, you're not allowed to talk about it. But I haven't signed that yet, so I can still talk about it. So basically, that. Anyway, feisty right now. Anyway, so of course I have to try to remain positive through it, and I have to try and use that positive vibe, not just say I feel, try and get myself to feel positive, but actually internally truly feel that way about it, so I can hopefully have things feed quicker, because positive energy does work. So, it's really tough, of course, for that. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to get you guys any gaming videos whatsoever. However, page or turn the page on YouTube and Twitter, which is Preston's, the cactus's, Preston's, TPNR Frags' girlfriend. She actually basically was this, somebody who worked me through it and just kind of helped with it and stuff, which is really surprising, but, I endless amounts of thanks to her for that, because that was unexpected, but it actually helped me feel more positive about it, and helped me, give ideas, and my computer just suddenly woke itself up. Hello there. Cascadia flag. Awkward. Oh. Anyway. Words. Yeah, anyway, so I'm not gonna be able to do that, but, one of the suggestions she had was just, basically, no matter how awkward and cringy it is, make vlogs! And she's, just like, your subs will probably understand. I hope you guys do, because I'm literally, utterly screwed. And my worst part is, as I've said before, I don't have an income. So I'm utterly Scrooge McDuck to be able to actually replace a sound card, which is going to cost easily, if you get even a middle line quality sound card, it's easily going to cost probably about $100. Cheapest, if not more, probably more, especially including shipping. I mean, it's just going to be heck, but, so it went from simply not knowing how long it would be for me not being able to record for whatever indefinite period of time, probably a few weeks, maybe at most a month, probably just like 2 or 3 weeks, to get a new headset, or, a new, set of headphones, since I don't have any now, to now I also got to get a sound card. And again, that's another extra $100 or hundreds of dollars I now would have to save up and expend to upgrade my system. At this point, I almost feel like it's more worth trying to sell this system along with, say, my I actually can't do that. I can't sell my Wii anymore unless somebody would be willing, that's like enthusiast of them, be willing to try and fix it. I don't know, because the eye seems to have died on that, so I can't actually do that anymore. But that would have been cool. I mean, I could sell some other things, I guess, alongside. Hopefully, I get enough. But like some Wii games, because I'm screwed out of that. Too, but yeah, I might actually just be a better option just to try and sell this desktop for a better one. Even though obviously it's going to be less of a price. Well, it doesn't necessarily less of a price. I don't even know what the heck I'm going to do. I'm just lost for any ideas. Obviously that pushes my attempt for looking for a job, obviously kind of forces that hand right away now, It's like, okay, now I can't do any of this. I have to. And it's so awkward because I'm not at all that kind of a person. I'm like super socially awkward. Have social anxiety. I have like loads of issues. I don't know what the heck I'm going to be doing. I don't have a resume, anything of that. So I'm screwed with that. I'm kind of screwed with that too. It's like I'm just being shoved into it. And now I'm not just being shoved into it. I'm being shoved off the cliff, falling into that. Like, you have to do this in order to not die at the bottom of the cliff. You're going to explode if you don't. Life is so great, isn't it? God. It's one of my favorite phrases I use every so often is life is the biggest criminal. Because it's just like, it loves to be the biggest possible blow you could have. It's ridiculous. And it makes it so hard to get through those things. But, you know, I'm still here. Just like a lot of you have the people that struggle, you know. And obviously you just gotta keep chugging. Because once you reach the top of the mountain, you'll have the views that nobody else will be able to have except for the other people that reach the top of the mountain, and you get to have the fun sliding back down it again until you reach the next thing that life throws at you, the next big massive, I don't know, maybe sheer cliff face. That's you help. You don't have any gear to climb, so you have to free climb it. You have acrophobia. Hello. Anyway, that got really deep. Anyway, yeah, so basically my point is, like, so bad, of course, but the point is, yeah, I'm not able to produce any of the videos. So I'm going to try to do vlogs. I don't know what the heck I'm going to talk about. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I don't know. I'll probably just do random stupid things that, I don't know, you'd expect from somebody like Adam, aka Sky Does Minecraft, you know, like his whole eating cereal thing. Not quite as wacky as that. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's really bad. So, the timeline goes from indefinitely, but probably within 2 weeks to a month, to now, like, hopefully not a year, but it could actually be that long. I don't even know anymore. Like, see, another idea with me getting a job was also to help out with contributing to be able to then co-rent a house with my mom, if not some other people, because the place we live, the Portland, Oregon / Vancouver, Washington metro area is going through an immense housing crisis. It's like, it's ridiculous the amount of corporations that are buying up all the different properties, including low-income properties, and then forcing all the low-income out and forcing everybody else out because they can't pay the rents. And everybody's calling for, at least in the city of Portland, they have enough people acted up to call for a ban on being able to raise rents, and then a moratorium on top of that, and then force regulation to be able to then have regulation for rent control. And then also have rent control in the first place, and then have the regulation on top of that for it. Because there's literally no rent control in the whole freaking metro area, apparently. The whole state just said, screw rent control. So basically, any corporation can come in, buy a property, and say, we're going to jack up your rent. And they'll give you no notice. We're just going to jack up your rent, say, this next month, within, you know, so like, say, 15 days, you have to make up, I don't know, another $300 to $700 worth of rent. Of course, the 700 is maybe a bit of exaggeration. Although, technically, the way the rents have gone from way low, you know, not way low, but, you know, average to just something is pathetic. You can barely find a crapped out studio for, you know, I don't know, $800, $900 a month. In fact, it's even rare now to find an $800 a month crapped out studio. Now, in a bad neighborhood, now you have to find someone for cheap, quote unquote, $900 a month. It's that bad. So I mean, there's basically everybody here now is forced to have to room together with a bunch of people, and it's actually becoming more viable to then buy a house, or at least mortgage one, so then you can then rent out each of the rooms within this house. Usually it's a pretty big house, especially in Portland. There's usually 5 rooms in a house, in downtown and all that. You know, and that's what most of these homeowners decide to do. They're like, hey, this is a good opportunity for us. This is a great opportunity for these people. We can offer them a price tag that they can hopefully afford, and if they can't, let's make it a group situation. Let's make them be able, I keep looking down here in the viewfinder rather than the camera. Anyway, you know, let's make it a mutual benefit so they can afford to live together, say group rent, and then we can also get income ourselves from that to be able to then pay our utilities and the ones that they use, along with being able to pay for, you know, say upgrading the property or doing maintenance we need to do. I mean, there's a billion different things that are become mutual benefits for each side, and that's what most homeowners are deciding to do now. Even if they don't technically own the home, technically the government does, because the bank owns it, and then the bank is the one who technically controls the property because you're mortgaging it from them. Point is, that's how it works. So I mean, it's working really well for that right now. But of course, there's only a very limited, especially in the city of Portland proper, there's a very limited amount of houses, especially the amount of houses that you can actually do group rent in. So I mean, you're fortunate enough if you find a place like that that's open and that's also legitimate, because it leaves a incomprehensible amount of room to be able to run scams. Like super easy scams to be able to run off. You know, you could say, group rent situation. Doesn't sound too far-fetched to say for a room for $230 a month, right? It doesn't really, but apparently it is, and it's just painfully ridiculous. You know, and there's lots of people that are scamming, especially within specifically that price tag or that price range, within the 200 range. Because it doesn't sound too far-fetched, but apparently nowadays, I keep looking down there, apparently these days it is really far-fetched, you know, even for a group rent situation. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, so that's like the only situation that me and my mom could possibly afford. So that's another reason that was the idea for me and my mom to be able to get it on our own, was I would be able to then get at least a part-time job. In fact, she recommends I get a part-time job rather than a full-time job, and then she'll get a full-time job. She already does, but it's actually illegal how they run their business. It's creepily bad. It's horrific. They need to be shut down. But anyway, it's so she has to find herself a new job, and she has to get a one that actually has consistent pay, because this does not consistently pay at all. And yeah, you know, and you get yourself consistent pay that is at least minimum wage, and you do that, and so you can then save up and do what you need to be able to then us together be able to afford it, and of course be able to still take care of yourselves too and pay for utilities and stuff. So yeah, that's another thing with that. But at the same time, you're kind of screwed for that, because that's a long way out. And technically, that's your living situation, and you living is a lot more important than, say, the YouTube. Even though your YouTube may technically be what you're trying to build into your income, and like I am, with it also being a hobby and trying to entertain people, of course, and all that, it's a pain in the ass, because you're literally screwed out of everything, pretty much, no matter what you do. And so this, on top of it, where you'd have to spend another $100 to, well, obviously $100+ at least, if not more than $200+, for simply a sound card and a pair of headphones. It's stupid. It should not be that way. Nobody should have to worry about that much, that badly, you know, to a point where you're screwed no matter what you do. And that's how bad it is. So, I mean, that's another thing that might also push out the timeline of me being able to get something like that a lot further out than that. And plus, again, I'm trying to take as much time as I can to be able to... Whoops. That Kleenex, though. Be able to utilize... I don't have any Kleenexes in here, I'm too lazy. For right now, anyway, because I'm recording. But anyway, to be able to... Anyway, nobody should be able to have to worry about all that crap. It's ridiculous. And yeah, that pushes out the time. That's what I was saying. It pushes out the timeline a lot further than it would normally. In that sense, and again, I'm trying to ease myself into doing that, but now I can't really ease myself. I have to go like gung-ho right in and say, I'm going to do this. Way out of my time frame, way out of everything. I'm being forced to do this, you know, way past the point where I'm comfortable with, but I'm going to have to do it anyway. Yeah. But it still forces it way out, because I can't just go out and search for a job. I have to now go to, say, Goodwill Resources, I think it's called, and then I go to WorkSource Oregon, and I have to figure out all that crap and get all lined up and get a resume built and a basic overall idea and then profile, whatever. And then I can go out and search for a part-time job or whatever. And most places now require you to have a driver's license. Even for the most stupidest, lamest of jobs that don't make any sense to have a required driver's license, they require a freaking driver's license. Don't ask me why. And I got gypped out of... I should have legally had a high school completion certificate. They refused to ever give it to me. So I'm without that and without a GED because I'm that stubborn jackass that's like, I don't have any purpose for GED. I don't want a GED. It's a waste of time. And hell if I'm going to go through school again. Bullcrap, you know? It's like, I'm not going to go through that torture. But the worst part is, I kind of might have to because most places require you to at least have that. Why? Who knows? It's like, you know, I don't know, basketball with you having to go through 2 years of college requirement that they're trying to push instead of 1 year. It's like, doesn't make any sense. It's like, no. Going through, getting a random piece of paper and then you have it typed in the computer system does not mean you're smarter or more qualified for things than others. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. You know, but, you know, and it's the same with the college degree. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make anybody any more mature. In fact, there's just as many people that go through college, somehow find a way to get complete that supposed diploma they had and with flying colors, and yet they're actually some of the stupidest people you'll ever meet. I mean, seriously, intelligence and everything else, they're just like, holy crap, and they're usually pretty arrogant. It's like, no. This should not be this way.